Today's guests as to who's going to get promoted automatically over in League One as MK Dons, Wigan and Rotherham, of course, make it very, very confusing. And I have no idea who's actually in the mix. We'll take a look at all of it next. Video today. We look forward to match day. What is it? Number 44 over in League One. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and keep banging today. All things League One related, Pepperoni related, woo, football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one roof. Am I right? Am I right in thinking that? Is it actually match number 41? Let me just Google that 1 second. Because I think it's absolutely crazy. It is. It is very, very crazy. Not many games left, guys, over in League One. Of course, who is actually getting themselves over the line automatically and who's actually getting themselves in the playoffs? We'll take a look at all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patron score, boys. Of course, if you check out the links down below. And make sure you smash your subscribe. It does wonders for the algorithm. It does make me smile. Of course, it's like a little digital prod in the belly. Of course, and I've got a big belly at that. So be sure to do that. Of course, let's get this up there. Get the likes up there, guys. Come on, we can do this. End the season strongly. Let's go into it. And here we go. Recap of the results, of course, which took place on Bank Holiday Friday. Of course, Good Friday. Looking forward to Easter Monday, of course, and they are coming right at you pretty fast. So make sure you get involved with it. Of course, these are the games which were covered last time around, including a couple of extras, including Burton Albion against Wigan, which ended up all square 0-0 in the end. Pompey, big win over Rotherham as well. 3-0 win for them to take it to the house. Accrington, Stanley, of course, did draw with Burton. Sunderland, of course, 3-2 win over Shrewsbury. Charlton lost to... There's a lot of 3-2s knocking around. Charlton lost 3-2 to Morecambe on the road. Big win for them. Cheltenham with a 2-2 draw against Gillingham. Crewe with a 3-1 win over Wimbledon. Doncaster with a 2-1 win. A 2-1 loss against Bolton. Fleetwood Town lost to Oxford 3-2 in the end. MK Dons lost to Sheffield Wednesday 3-2 in the end. Pompey 3-2 wins over Lincoln City. And Rotherham with a 1-0 win at Ipswich Town. Wigan, of course, 2-1 loss to Cambridge. And Wycombe with a 2-0 win over bloody Plymouth. Goodness gracious me, of course. And what's that done to the table? Well, here it is. Of course, Wigan leading the charge. 4 points clear over Rotherham. Playing the same amount of games as Rotherham. Of course, they do have both a game in hand over MK Dons, who, of course, are level on points with Rotherham at the moment. Goal difference going in favour of Rotherham at the moment. Also, as for the players, Plymouth, Wednesday, Wycombe and Sunderland make up the top 7. Oxford are in trouble, played a game more than Sunderland, who of course could actually go up as high as 4th with that game in hand, as of course they start to bubble up nicely. Pompey, of course, made up ground, of course, but I think it's going to be too low, too late. They've got 4 games left, which works out to be 12 points on the board, which will be 78 points. It is a very, very bridge too far for them, I think. So realistically, it's Oxford up now. Really, you would think Oxford and up. Sunderland coming at you outside the playoffs for the time being. That's strange. I just clocked that. But they are level. Wednesday, Wycombe, Sunderland, all level on 76 points. And of course, Oxford have got a say in this. Of course, they have. Down the foot of the table, we know Crewe are down already. Doncaster, of course. Not far off either Wimbledon and Fleetwood at the moment. I'll take that. I'll take that right now. No disrespect to any fans from those, but I'll take that. I want to see Gillingham and, of course, Harris next season. Morecambe, of course, if they could hang around despite mixing it up with their managers, of course, that would be absolutely fantastic as well. So I would like to see that as is. But, of course, Fleetwood have a game in hand which could change the face of it all down there. Of course, let's take a look at, of course, how you guys got on with your pickaroos. Woohoo! Ultra 8 points on the board, sir. Well done to you, and of course, well done to Shane O'Donnell at Portsmouth FC and Slide Scott with a cool name there, of course, in joint 2nd/3rd in the end. What about, of course, the old grand scheme of things? The mini leaderboard, Deepak the Great is running away with 116 points, 37 is, of course, in 2nd spot with Shane O'Donnell. In 3rd, Brada. That's, of course, the state of play in the mini leaderboard. The master leaderboard is, of course, bubbling behind the scenes. Please get in amongst it. Get in there, of course. Free to enter. Get your picks in as well. And also make sure you smash your subscribe. It does wonders for the old algorithm, of course. These are the games coming at you, of course, this Easter Monday. Of course, could change the face at the top and the bottom of the table. So let's get into it. Of course, kick it off all with Bolton Wanderers up against Accrington. A bit of a Northwest crunch clash this one. Of course, locking horns. In fact, actually on Monday and Tuesday. So we're going to have to come back to on Wednesday. So Bolton up against Accrington Stanley. That's right, of course, at the Boundary Park or Reebok Stadium, whatever they call it these days. Played for the 4 times 2019. Nothing Bolton, 3 for Accrington, and 1 draw, of course. Bolton, though, unbeaten last 5, 58% form for them. Up against the Accrington side, of course, just 1 defeat to plus 4 for them, 33% form over the last 6. Last round, of course, over in Bolton was a 0-0 draw back in, of course, February 2020. The reverse fixture in Accrington was a 1 for Accrington back in, of course, December this campaign. Of course, Stanley with a 0-0 draw against Burton last round. Bolton with a 2-1 win over Doncaster Rovers last round. The odds here, 2017 on is your Bolton, of course, 13-5 is your, and 5-2 is your Stanley here. I'd love to see Stanley win, but I think there's going to be Bolton's day. 1-0 win for them over at their gaff. Next, of course, Burton Albion up against Rotherham United, of course. Let's get in the deep end. Coming at you on Tuesday, April the 19th. Now, these two sides are playing at the Pirelli, of course, 14 times 2009. 4 wins for Burton, 7 wins for Rotherham, and 3 draws as well. Burton, though, just 1 win and 6 of them, 42% form. Up against Rotherham side, 1-3 and lost 3 over the last 6. 50% form for them heading into this game. Last round, though, of course, at the Pirelli, it was a 1-0 win for Rotherham back in, of course, August 2019. The reverse fixture at the New York Stadium back in, of course, December was a 3-1 win for Rotherham way back when. Rotherham picking up a 1-0 win over Ipswich last round. Burton with a 0-0 draw against Accrington. Haven't scored a goal in the last 3, haven't conceded a goal. In fact, haven't scored in the last 5, of course, haven't conceded a goal in the last 3. So take from that from what you will. Look at the odds here. 50-4 is your is your Burton, of course. 30-5 is your draw. 6-4 on is your Rotherham, of course. Rotherham will win this one, wouldn't they? 2-0 win and still no goal. So Burton, Cambridge United up against Charlton. Let's get into this one then, shall we? Coming at you also on Tuesday, April the 19th. Now these two sides have played each other just the one time since 2021. 1 win for Charlton, nothing for Cambridge, and 0 draws. 4 wins the last 5 for Cambridge right now. 67% form up against the Charlton side, of course. Just 1 win and the last 4 for them. 58% form over the last 6. Last round, of course, was at Charlton. It was at the Valley back, of course, December 2021. Of course, Cambridge picked up a 2-1 win over Wigan. Of course, that also was a followed up from a 2-1 win over Morecambe. Meanwhile, Charlton with a 3-2 loss against Morecambe, also picked up a win against Rotherham not too long ago as well. The odds though for this one, then shall we? 50-8 is your Cambridge, of course. 12-5 is short, and 5-4 is your Charlton on this one. Tough one. This one going to go with a 1-0 win there for Cambridge, taking the points, and of course moving up the challenge chains as well. Gillingham up against Fleetwood. Here we go. Relegation 6 point if I ever saw one. Now these two sides have played 16 times 2012. 4 wins for Gillingham, 8 wins for, of course, Fleetwood, and 4 draws. Of course, just 1 win in the last 6 for Gillingham right now. 42% form because of Fleetwood Town side, just 1 win in the last 6 as well. 33% form heading into this game. Last round, of course, over at Gillingham, it was a 2-0 win for Fleetwood back in, of course, October 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, was a 2-1 win for Fleetwood back in, of course, December this campaign. Of course, Gillingham with back-to-back draws for them. Picking up draws against Wycombe and then, of course, most recently Cheltenham. Meanwhile, Fleetwood, of course, 3-2 loss against Oxford last round over at Fleetwood as well. Look at the odds for this one there, shall we? Gillingham 65 for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, and 2-1 is your away win. That's, of course, Fleetwood Town. Back in, of course, the Gills here with a 2-1 win for them, keeping the dream alive as they, of course, press on for another one. Next, of course, Morecambe against Pompey, of course, over at the Globe Arena. Played each other 9 times 2013. 2 wins for Morecambe, 3 wins for Pompey, and 4 draws as well. 3 wins the last 4 games for Morecambe right now. Of course, Derek Adams has them working a treat up against the Pompey side. Of course, back-to-back wins for them, 50% form over the last 6. That's 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6 games. Last round, of course, over at the Globe, it was a 2-0 win for Morecambe back in, of course, August 2016. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture at Fratton Park was a 2-0 win for Pompey back in, of course, December 2021. Pompey with a 3-2 win over Lincoln, and they've been playing very, very well. Of course, back-to-back 3 goals scored for them up against the Morecambe Town side, or Morecambe FC, or whatever you want to call them. 3-2 win over Charlton last time around. The odds here, though, for this one, we have Morecambe 21-10 for the victory, 25 short, and 11-10 is your Pompey. You are favoured to win this game. I'm back in Morecambe, though, with a 1-0 win for them at home as they try to maintain their League One status. Ipswich Town against Wigan Athletic. Let's get into this one coming at you, of course, on Tuesday, April the 19th. Bit of a zinger, isn't it? It's the Paul Cook Derby. Played each other 16 times, 2003, 6 wins apiece, and 4 draws. Of course, just 1 win and 6. Though for Ipswich right now, 42% form up against their Wigan side. Of course, have a bit of a back-to-back, bit of a struggle here. Back-to-back games without a win for them. However, just 1 defeat past 6, 67% form heading into this game. Last round at Portman Road was a 2-0 win for Ipswich back in September 2020. The reverse fixture, of course, at the DW back in, of course, December was a 1-1 draw as well. In fact, the last 3 of the last 4 games between these two sides have ended up as draws. And in fact, Wigan are winless against Ipswich over the last 6. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Ipswich coming to this on the back of the 1-0 loss against Rotherham. And of course, Wigan with a 2-1 loss against Cambridge United last time around. The odds, though, for this one, we have 11-8 is your Ipswich, 9-4 is your draw, and 7-4 is your Wigan on this one. Have they a bit of a rough patch, have they? Yes, I think so. 2-1 win in the end for Ipswich, taking the points, tending the hopes, of course, for Ipswich for top spot right now. Lincoln City up against Cheltenham Town. Let's get into the deep end on this one coming at you on Monday. The 18th of April. Now, these two sides have played each other 17 times. 2004, 3 wins at Lincoln, 8 was at Cheltenham. We've got 6 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 6 over Lincoln right now. 33% form up against the Cheltenham side. 1-2, lost 2, and drawn 2 over the last 6. 50% form for them heading into this game. Last round, of course, over at Sinsel Bank. It was a draw back in, of course, April 2019. That was in League 2. It was a 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture in Cheltenham this campaign back in December was a 2-2 draw heading into this game. Cheltenham with a 2-2 draw against Gillingham, of course, and Lincoln picking up a 3-2 loss against Pompey last time round. The odds, though, for this one then, shall we? We have a Lincoln City 13-10 for the victory, 23-10 is your draw, 7-4 is your away win. That's, of course, Cheltenham here. Going to back, of course, a 1-0 win for Lincoln on this to take the 3 points, move away from the drop completely, and, of course, save their season to a bit of a damp squib, a bit of a dead rubbers from here on in. Of course, Oxford United up against MK Dons, of course, a bit of a zinger. Of course, Oxford need to win this to get back in the top 6. Of course, MK Dons need to win this to get back in the top 2. Played each other 11 times. So 2011, 5 was Oxford, 3 for MK Dons, and 3 draws. Of course, just 1 win in 5, of course, for Oxford right now. 42% form for them. Up against the MK Dons side, of course, back-to-back games now without to win as well. 67% form over the last 6 games. Last time around, of course, over at the Kazam, it was a 3-2 win for Oxford back in, of course, October 2020. The reverse fixture at MK Dons was a 2-1 win for Oxford back in, of course, December. Oxford unbeaten against MK Dons over the last 3, picking up 2 wins and a draw. Of course, Milton Keynes picking up a 3-2 loss against Wednesday. And, of course, Oxford with a 3-2 win over Fleetwood Town last time around. The odds, though, for this one then, shall we? We got Oxford, of course, 11-8 for the victory. We have 11-5 is draw, and 7-4 is your away win. That's MK Dons. Back, of course, the Bulls. I don't know, the rat, whatever the heck, the fucking whatever, the things, the cows, whatever. Oxford Cows are going to win this one. A 2-1 win in the end over MK Dons, of course. Next, of course, Plymouth Argyle up against Sunderland, of course, over at Plymouth. Of course, plays each other according to my eyes. 9 times 7-4, 3 wins for Plymouth, 6 wins for Sunderland, and 0 draws, of course. Just 1 win and 4, though, for Plymouth right now. 58% form up against the Sunderland side. Of course, hit into gear right now, winning 5 of the last 6, 92% form for them. Of course, last round, of course, at Plymouth, it was a 3-1 win for Sunderland back in, of course, May 2021. The reverse fixture over at the Stadium of Light was 2-1 win for Sunderland as well. Just 1 win at the last 6, of course, for Plymouth between themselves and Sunderland, of course, in all venues. Plymouth picking up a 2-0 loss against Wycombe and haven't scored in back-to-back games now. Meanwhile, Sunderland with a 3-2 win over Shrewsbury, of course, heading into this game. Looking at the odds, we got 6-4 is your Plymouth, 9-4 is your draw, 8-5 is your Mackems on this one. I'm back at, of course, Plymouth to stun here to get a draw, 2-2 in the end. Sunderland remain unbeaten, kicking ass and taking names. Next, of course, I have Sheffield Wednesday up against Crewe, of course. Let's get in the deep end on this one now. These two sides, of course, play each other. My eyes, 7 times since the year 2000. 4 wins for Sheffield Wednesday. We've got 2 wins for Crewe, and we've got 1 draw, of course. Sheffield Wednesday winning 3 of the last 4, 75% form over the last 6, unbeaten, of course, in the last 6. Meanwhile, of course, Crewe picking up just a 1 win of the last 6, 70% form for them heading into this game. Of course, last time around over at Hillsborough was a 3-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday back in January 2006. That was in the Championship. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, the reverse fixture at Gresty Road was a 2-0 for Sheffield Wednesday back in, of course, December 2021. Crewe picking up a 3-1 over Wimbledon last time around. Sheffield Wednesday with a 3-2 win over MK Dons last time around. Both commenters on the back of good comprehensive wins. Of course, the odds here, though, 4-1 on is your Wednesday, 5-1 is your draw, 9-1 is your long shot. That's Crewe. Of course, the back the Owls here, 2-0 win for them. Take the 3 points, of course. Keep the dream alive. Shrewsbury Town up against Doncaster Rovers. Let's get in the deep end on this one, if I can see it. There it is, coming at you, of course, on Easter Monday. Now, these two sides have played each other 13 times, 2012, 5 was for Shrewsbury, 6 for Doncaster, and 2 draws, of course. Shrewsbury, though, picking up without a win in 3 now for the 58% form up against the Doncaster side. Just 1 win and 6, 25% form heading into this game. Last time around, of course, over in Shrewsbury, it was a 2-0 win for Doncaster back in, of course, April 2021. The reverse fixture, of course, at the Keepmoat was a 1 win for Doncaster back in, of course, December as well. So Doncaster back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets over Shrewsbury. And, of course, Shrewsbury picking up a 3-2 loss against Sunderland last time around, with Doncaster losing to Bolton last time around. The odds, though, for this one, what do we have? We have, of course, Shrewsbury 5-3 on for the victory, 5-2 is your draw, and 92 is your away win. I'm back in, of course, a 2-1 for Doncaster Rovers here. Upset the apple cart, of course, maybe give themselves a bit of hope to avoid the drop. And then wrap it up. It's the battle of the W's. It's Wimbledon up against Wycombe, of course, coming at you from Plough Lane. Now, these two sides, of course, play each other 15 times in 2008. 7 wins for Wimbledon, 3 wins for Wycombe, and we got 5 draws, of course. Wimbledon, though, without a win in the last 25 games, because the Wycombe side, of course, unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 4 wins as well. 83% form heading into this game. Last time around, of course, over at Wimbledon was a 0-0 draw back in August 2019. The reverse fixture at Wycombe was a 2-2 draw back at Adams Park in December. Meanwhile, Wimbledon did lose to Crewe last round. Of course, Wimbledon with a 2-0 win over Plymouth, of course, to keep their playoff hopes well on track. Of course, the odds, though, for this one then, shall we? We've got Wimbledon 11-4 for the victory, 2017 on is your Wycombe, of course, 5-2 is your draw. Back, of course, Wycombe here with a 2-0 win for them. Comprehensive win to maintain their top 6 ambitions. That is it, guys. Make sure you smash the old thumbs up. Please, it does wonders for the old algorithm. Also, make sure you get over here, get your predictions in Cutley Fortress League 1. It is free. Get your name in lights next time around. Of course, we're going to come in at you thick and fast, so make sure you get in here, smash your subscribe, smash the thumbs up, smash the little bell. Until then, boys, we'll see you soon. Get your picks in. Until then, happy Easter. Until then, we're out.